Hi everyone, Angelo here, homeless filmmaker in LA. Been living in my car for 13 months now, and it's been a roller coaster of a day. This is what I believe, I don't know if I can ever be 100%, but I'm reasonably sure, based on just my symptoms and the way I've experienced this, that I have depersonalization, derealization disorder. It is very, very scary. And yesterday and today, I had more rushes of anxiety, and they're not delusions in that, I don't believe them, but they're like kind of delusional thoughts. Hey, Ronnie, thanks for joining. Hey, Yash Monster, man, you're always here. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm struggling, scared. Oh man, I'm scared. I get bad, not only anxiety fits, but weird sort of delusional thoughts, or like, no, they're not exactly delusions because like I know they're not real, but like delusional references in a way, like weird significance and meaning to things that I'm seeing around me. You know what I mean? And it's very scary because it makes me totally numb, and it makes me feel separated from everyone and from movies. It's just very, very scary. And I'm just hoping it's my mind not being able to get back to bring my emotions back, because it's still in the freeze response or whatever of depersonalization, derealization. Tomorrow's the big day. Yes, Lunar. I go to the hypnotherapist tomorrow. I'm so scared in a way because I don't even want to give myself false hope, thinking that, oh, he might help me, but then he won't, and I'll be disappointed. So I don't want to think anything about that. It's scary too because thing is like progressive. It's like each day feels like the worst day in a way. Although granted, the first few days were really bad. When I was feeling this again, I'm like, oh shit, I can't go through this again. I was so scared. Each day is a roller coaster. I go a little up. I've gone plenty down. Fortunately, I still have my senses. Today I was a little delirious. I was almost confused. I was talking to someone and I was like almost tripping out. Like I had to no, it's fine to bring it up. It's just I'm saying for myself, like I've been building this up as like I need this guy to help me. I need him to, and I'm like, man, no, believe me, I like the encouragement. I like people saying that, like this may be the day that helps me. It's just I'm scared because it's like I don't want to do it to myself and let myself down. Um, Man, it is frightening though. I have these just roller coaster moments of terror and fear that I get more during the day, and these like instead of calling them delusions, I'll call them what someone else I know said: racing thoughts, compulsive thoughts, like racing thoughts about the meaning of the universe and connections to things and weird things, and almost like being able to like feel molecules and stuff and what everything means. It's very, very scary. It seems like, oh, why, it's just a trip. No, it's like it empties out my emotions. I feel nothing, and I hate it because I almost feel like I'm letting everyone down that I care about and that I feel strongly about, like saying, oh, I don't feel anything about you anymore just because I don't feel. Yeah, obviously I feel something, but it's very, very difficult. Now, the treatment I got today, I went to the LGBT health center. Oh, thank goodness they were good. Man, they're better than the emergency room. I was able to go there within a couple minutes, talk to a counselor for 45 minutes in their crisis area or whatever, like a crisis session. She was very encouraging. Thank goodness. She was very listening, and I even asked her at one point, I said, do other people go through this? And she's like, yeah. I said, really? It's like, I thought I'm the only one. Yes, I know people go through DPDR, but the type of particular thing I seem to be going through, I assumed, oh, I'm just the unluckiest person ever to go through it. 5 people here. Thanks, everyone. Click like. So, I went to the counselor today. I talked for 45 minutes. And, hold on. was very scared. I was feeling out of it. Feeling like shit. Almost feeling like, well, this is going to be the rest of my life. You know, I don't even believe I'll get better. But a few important things we talked about, and again, I'm still getting these like racing references, even with the words I'm saying, which is getting scary now. And I almost hope it keeps getting worse and worse so that it's not something that's just permanent. Because like the first time I got sick, at least, and the third time, it got so bad, it's like my body rejected it after a while. The second time was, excuse me, I was so numb and so empty and hurt and lonely. I couldn't sleep satisfactorily. I couldn't eat well. It was only getting in an abusive relationship that sort of shocked me back into my senses. And even then, I wasn't quite 100%. Thanks, Ronnie. Appreciate it. I wasn't quite 100%. Like, I still was prone to DPDR, and sure enough, I got little bouts of it here and there, but it wasn't like dramatic. About a year later, though, I did get a bout of it that was very scary, but I was still within myself. That was good. However, by 2012, I did get a major relapse, and that's when I was disabled for 9 months. And so it's like, I know I have this thing. I'm trying to convince myself it's a disorder and not real. What I mean, remember, you know, I get all these religious delusions, but they're not delusions, really. Again, delusions means you believe them. I don't. What they are is like racing thoughts, very, very intrusive thoughts. So it's like today, I was actually wiping down someone's headlights on their car. And as I was doing that, I set down my paper towels and the polishing compound on the hood of her car. And as I did that, I got this like creepy sensation that, oh, this is like the altar at church and the stuff on top of the altar right here. You see what I mean? Like that stuff coming, and it's not just I thought it, I felt it in me, and it's so uncomfortable. It's so creepy and scary, and it brings me out of my life, and I feel like so far away from everyone. And that's why I'm talking about, like, I feel so bad. Like the people I see recently, you know, I look in their eyes, I'm excited to see them, and I admire them, and to think I see that, and now it's like, oh, I can't even say I admire them in a way because I'm going so numb. It is terrifying. And it feels like I'm going away from everyone and I'm letting everyone down. And all I can hope is that my mind, it lets up on this and it lets the feelings come back. Because I got to trust it's a disorder. Like I said, I get so tripped out of my mind, you know, wondering what's real or not. And even now as I'm talking, it's getting worse. I move and I feel pictures in my mind and stuff, my mind's eye, you know. And 10 people here, that's cool. Click like, everyone. At least I'm able to feel something normal, you know, just recognize there are a lot of people here. 10 relative, but I'm getting dizzy from talking so much. Yeah, so you see what I mean? So the significant things we talked about in the meeting: one, other people go through this. I think the whole silver lining is that you can still feel fear itself, kind of, yeah. I want to feel my regular fears. Like, remember when I was buying a car, when I bought this car, I was scared out of my mind in a way, like I was a nervous wreck, really. Not scared out of my mind, but a nervous wreck. Oh, my face hurts. My nose is getting stuffed up. I was scared. I was a nervous wreck about buying it. You know, would it go right and everything? Is it a good car? How much money am I going to spend on a rental? Stuff like that. Now, if I were to do that, I wouldn't feel hardly anything about it. I would just feel sadness and emptiness. Now, see what I mean? That's not good. I would much rather feel that nervous wreck. It was exciting to me to feel like a nervous wreck. Oh, my nose is all stuffed up. It's not good. I wonder if it's this disorder, because I remember last time I was sick, when I was in the mental hospital, my nose started getting stuffed up bad, but it might just be allergies or something. So the significant things, I got to take my glasses off so I can rub my face. I'm having trouble breathing in my nose. The good thing about the meeting today, the lady was super supportive. Quality content. Oh, thanks. I hope you're serious, but thanks either way. The lady was super supportive. When I asked, do other people go through this, she said yes, they do. And she said, even though you're feeling numb and everything, the fact is you are still here. You do want help. You do want to feel normal, and that's encouraging. I'm like, all right, I really appreciated it, because I'll take someone else's word for it. When I'm in moments like this, I can't see ahead clearly. In my imagination, I cannot imagine being better again. Each time I was like this, I literally could not imagine it. And each time I got better, it surprised me. But I could not fucking imagine a thing getting better. And sure enough, each time I did, in ways I didn't expect. It's the scary thing is, I don't even want to tell myself that kind of thing, because I don't want to get my hopes up every day. It's like I can't be hoping and hoping, I can, when I'm in my normal self, I can do that. Like about my movies or something. Like, yeah, I hope I'm always working towards it, but I can think about the stuff I hope for, like having movies that are powerful and great stories and dark and disturbing and stuff. Yeah, man, I'm stuffed up. But yeah, the fact that she said you're here and you do want to be better and be your old self, that was good to hear, like someone else who can see it better. And she had me write down the things that I do want to feel, or that I did feel, and see how I felt about writing them. And she gave it to me and I kept it, like to remind myself in a way, like, I love movies, like who I am naturally, like write about myself. I'm Angelo, I'm 34 years old. I love movies, I'm an atheist. She told me to write my favorite food. I'm like, I'm not that into food. I'll say oatmeal, because I just like eating bland, healthy crap. And same thing with, she's my favorite color. I don't know. I should have said black, but I didn't want to sound like edgy or anything. And I didn't think of it at first, so I said red. Oh, my nose. Hey, Runny, thanks for joining. Yeah, so I'm going through a tough time, but I don't have hope. I don't. I will go forward unreasonably. Oh, look how fat my neck is. I will go forward unreasonably because I have no choice, and think that, okay, I'll somehow come through this and be my old filmmaking self again. And hope that my mind just, like, it's in such a tense state in a way, like this free state, I'm hoping it relaxes and then the emotions can slip back in. Because right now it's like shut me off from emotion, except very numb, very vague, and then I get these racing, intrusive thoughts. Like today I was restoring the headlights on someone's car, and I put the polishing compound and the paper towels down on the hood of the car, and then I've got these intrusive thoughts, these sensations like, oh, that's an altar at church, and that the stuff on top of it was like the stuff, that they put on top of the altar. And I'm like, man, that freaks me out. Like, I've been so free of those thoughts for so many years, and now I have to get them again, and they're so powerful, and it's scary because they're progressive. But like last time, yes, they scared the fucking shit out of me the last time I was sick, but I got better. It hurt like a motherfucker. It hurt and hurt and hurt for months. What I'm hoping this time is, and it's not something I can deal with consciously. Obviously, why would I get that thought if I'm in my right mind? Yeah, I know it's not an altar. It's just a car. In my right mind, I would have been glad to do that. However, I gotta roll up my window. It's getting a little cold. However, with these intrusive thoughts, it's like something's opened up in me, and all these intrusive thoughts can come in. It's very scary, and it comes with sensory experiences like that. Now, I used to think it was God or something. I used to be absolutely terrified, fucking scared shitless. Now, yeah, intellectually I understand, but it's like my subconscious is in control right now. I guess it always is in a way for people, but subconscious is in control, and that does not make it easy. I'm gonna roll it up all the way so I warm up with my own body heat. So you see what I'm talking about? It's really, really scary, and you can imagine as these thoughts get more and more intrusive, I feel less and less like myself. At least now, in the moment, temporarily, I feel a little calm. I don't feel good, but a little calm, like, okay, the thoughts don't come to me now at night as much. Before they were coming to me at night. Now they're coming during the daytime. I'm just hoping my mind lets up and it's like, okay, stand down from your alert position, DPDR, stand down from alert on the, numbing, making Angelo numb so he can't feel his emotions. There's no danger anymore. Allow the feelings to come back. And my mom, excuse me, is being really good about it. My mom's super supportive. I want to keep thanking her. And she's like, oh, Angelo, you don't need to thank me. I know you're going to get better. Because each time you did, and I know it's a disorder, okay? Your mind's playing tricks on you. No, no, no. I am not going home for every reason. Why would I leave here, go 3,000 miles to home? It's going to be hard for anyone to take care of me. I don't need taking care of, like, physically. And also, the treatment I want is here. The hypnotherapist I'm seeing tomorrow. And plus, say I get better, and then I want to go to LA again. It's going to be so much harder to get here if I'm in Virginia. So, and there's nothing I need there. And I hated being in Virginia. Oh, my goodness, I hated it. So, also, my white supremacist criminal brother lives with my mom. So that doesn't make it easy. And I don't want to be, like, at least last time, well, I had no choice. I was disabled, so I had to be with my parents and let them take care of me. But now I don't need that, at least not yet. I mean, I'm hoping I don't get disabled. Oh, man. I never quite know. So there are moments when I'm scared I will be. But so far, been okay. And, it's almost like the only way I expect to get better is unreasonably so. Like, it was never reasonable to think, oh man, my nose is getting so stuffed up. Maybe I should take Benadryl? I think I have some. I hope I still have it. Shit, I don't know. Because after the car crash, there was stuff I had to leave in my car. But I could get some tonight, I guess. Spend more money. Shit, that's not good. 2 places I went to the bathroom today to take a dump, they were all full, the toilets, and then they were going to clean the bathroom in one place. I was like, ah, shit. So I had to go to a place nearby where I had to buy a meal so I could, I didn't probably have to buy one. I could have just asked for the code to the bathroom, but I would have felt bad not doing that. And I spent like $10 on food I could barely eat, just so I could take a dump. But it was nice because it was like a private stall. It wasn't like basically it meant I was locked in there. It was nice. It's always uncomfortable when I see people come in the bathroom and if they're waiting for the toilet, which usually I go to places where they're not, but it's uncomfortable. In this, it's like, go find your own bathroom. Things aren't going to improve. Well, nope. That's a lie. How do you qualify that, BB fan? How do you even know that? How does that make any sense? So I wasn't on YouTube the first 2 times that I was sick like this. And yet when I got better the 3rd time, nope. I'm not worried about stability right now. Yeah, that makes no sense. Like, you have no obviously BB's just making that up because they have no information on how that would help me or what I'm going through or why would that make me better. It's just totally made up. Okay, if I quit YouTube, then how would that help? So being less active in my life would help? That's a lie. And you can make things up, but it's not true. Hey, Lynx. So it's scary. It's scary. I'm wondering how long I'll even feel like myself, how long I'll be capable of making videos. The only thing I can hope is, yes, my brain's shut down my emotions and it's overactive in these racing thoughts, these intrusive thoughts, but hopefully it'll flip back the other way. It'll deactivate the racing intrusive thoughts and it'll go back to allowing my regular emotions in, including the depression and stuff. When the counselor today asked me, what do I wish I could feel like I used to? I said depression. Like, I wish I could feel that because that was fine. Like, it was kind of exciting to feel, it was something to overcome. And there are moments where I did overcome it. And now I can't even feel that, so I feel like nothing. I feel nothing to achieve, and I know it seems like while I'm sitting here, right, I can laugh a little bit. That stuff's very touch and go. My mind is overactive with these racing, intrusive thoughts, and it's going to continue. It's going to progress. I realize that just because I can have calm moments doesn't mean it's stopped. It scares the living shit out of me when they come on strong. Oh, I didn't find Mark Proch. Hey, Keel, do you follow me on YouTube at first or Twitter? All right, BB fan, you want to troll and just make stuff up? You talking about rambling? Why are you rambling? You know, what expertise did you have? None. So you just made stuff up, and face it, you can't deny it. It would be a lie to deny it. You just made stuff up. Talking to the counselor, I'm 34. Talking to the counselor, it was a good experience. However, me right now, I'm not really having good experiences. I've got to be mindful of that. Yeah, I've got to try and have some good experiences, but it was kind of scary in that I'm thinking I'm not going to get better. And in fact, it's going to drag this out of me and make it worse. It's somehow going to trigger these things in me that are going to make my episode worse. Okay, I'm back. Disconnected for a second. At least I could feel a little, whatever, dismay over being disconnected for a second. Sorry, I keep leaning on the side of my hand. My nose. Click like, everyone, helps the videos out. But it was good, but it's very scary because I'm wondering what's going to trigger new sensations now that's going to make me feel worse. I kind of know my mind's in overdrive right now doing this, and all I can hope is that I work through it and that this time it goes away and my mind flips again where I can feel my emotions again and it stops the numbing and the intrusive thoughts. My nose. So annoying. Oh shit, I meant to call that Rite Aid to get my prescription for Seroquel and shit. Oh, fuck it. I may call them tonight. They're open till 10. If I can find which one in my GPS that I visited, because I don't have the prescription anymore with the address. Or maybe find the street view that looks like the one I went to. But yeah, it was good because, oh man, it's getting hard to talk because my nose is so stuffed up. It was, and I'm getting hiccups. Let's see if the hiccups are gone. Nope. It was good in that, one, she was very supportive. Like, I kept thinking she's going to get impatient talking to me. I got to hold my breath to get rid of the hiccups. Held my breath to get rid of the hiccups. Maybe I got... Oh, fuck. Yeah, I should have brought my Jim Baker bucket. Hi, Shija. No, it wasn't a psychiatrist. It was a counselor. So the good thing is she was very listening to me well, very attentive. Oh my goodness, these hiccups. She was very supportive. I asked her, do other people go through this, or do you deal with other people have? She said, yeah. And that shocked me. So I was glad to hear that, even though I'm still scared shitless. And she said, even though you're complaining of feeling numb and you don't, feel like yourself, she said the fact is you are here. You are expressing a desire to feel better, and that's encouraging. This is how you dig the latrine. Yeah. I can't feel my sharpness about that, the Jim Baker humor. Like, it's amazing to me I ever made that video with the buckets about him. But, because before it was like instinct. Now my instincts are flat, But I'm going to hold my breath again to try and get rid of the hiccups. Okay, let's see if that helps. You know what? I can't get this off my mind. The hypnotherapist just texted me. I want to text him back real quick. I'm going to reconnect in a minute, guys. Just let me text him. Okay, so I got to pause the live stream for a moment. Okay, I'm back. Looks like my hiccups are gone. Yeah, so I'm going to see the hypnotherapist tomorrow morning. I don't know. I get scared shitless thinking he can't help me, or I'm going to become a different person and I'll forget about who I was and like be a zombie and like turn my back on everyone. Because it's almost scary, like a moment like right now, I just feel calm. It's like, I don't want to be like this. Yeah, I feel calm because I can't feel my desires. I'm almost numb. I almost don't feel angry. Now I can, yeah, like feel angry, but it's like so muted and so faded. Or sadness, yeah, obviously there are things that would be sad to see. Or if I saw a car crash or something, I'd be kind of scared or shocked, but it's also muted and faded. I'm just scared he can't help me, or that he doesn't understand what I'm going through, and I don't know. But I just can't picture it. I can't picture getting better. At this point, I'm like, every time I get this, I'm like, well, I just can't be helped. And, it's all like, I almost forget what it was like to be my old self. I almost just forget what it's like to, to have the instincts I did. I'm so numb. And then on top of that, these racing intrusive thoughts, which are scary. I've been forcing myself to work out lately. Some days are worse than others. Some days are really worse than others. I'm hoping this guy, he's already hypnotizing me just with his text messages. Like, it's already helping me. And probably kind of is in a way. I don't know. I'm just scared I'll wither away and be nothing. And if anything else, I'll just have to work some retail job the rest of my life and just barely survive emotionally. I don't care about the physical circumstances so much. It's just emotionally never be myself again. That's the scariest thing. Like, to look back and think my life was lost to this disorder. So, I'm still trying to be hopeful, still trying to think, okay, this is not the first time I've dealt with this. I've gotten through it 3 times before. It was absolute hell each time. But I know it's a disorder, and I remind myself of that. How do I remind myself? Well, for one thing, it started with an anxiety attack. This time, or if I look back, it started with a panic attack. But it started with an anxiety attack, for one thing. It led to me sleeping poorly, having intrusive, painful thoughts, not feeling like myself, feeling numb, not feeling my desires, having a lot of trouble sleeping, having sleep paralysis, having trouble concentrating, suppressed appetite, racing intrusive thoughts. So it's like, yeah, I got to remind myself it's a disorder. It's not permanent. And people with DPDR, it's pretty much always get better. I've read cases, you can't work yourself up in anxiety about it. The people who, yeah, they've struggled with it for years, but, oh man, I need water. Oh, I have sardines here. I'm not going to eat them now, but maybe I have, yeah, a little protein bar, sort of. RX bar. 3 egg whites, 6 almonds, 4 cashews, 2 dates. I don't like that crap. There, no BS. It's so cool. Pumpkin spice. Got it from the food bank. Not the best way to eat egg whites through a protein bar, but oh well. I just don't feel any of those old things in myself, like the excitement and exhilaration of watching a movie. It's gone. It hurts, man. It hurts a lot. It's almost easier to be alone so I can just forget all the pain. But just the fact that I'm going through changes, kind of encouraging too. Think about it. The fact that, let me just eat. Then I'll explain. I'm hungry. What's kind of encouraging, what I was trying to say, is just the fact alone that this is changing in me. So day to day it's different. Because I have these horrible fears that it's just like, even though I'm an atheist, it's grafted on me from when I was a kid that like God's doing it to me. And I'm like, well, even hypothetically speaking, it makes no sense for God to do that. You hear about people having, religious experiences and stuff, and then they change and they do whatever they want. But even hypothetically, if this was a God, why would it be like this constant torture, back and forth, confusion? So as hard as it is to process and be in touch with reality, it is kind of reassuring that, like, oh yeah, it is a disorder. It's temporary. It scares the living shit out of me, but it's temporary. There's somebody asked, where do you find places to park in North Hollywood? All over. I'd say basically look where other people park to sleep. You can tell, or where there are RVs. Got to be a little careful about that, though. You know, some places people are up all night and there are car break-ins and stuff. Hey, okay, thanks for joining. Sorry, I'm eating. I'm hungry. I'll answer your question. Hypnotherapist just texted me again. Am I feeling better today? Well, in a way, every day feels like my worst day now. It's scary. Very scary when I don't feel like myself. Ah, excuse me. At least I can breathe through my nose now. But yeah, it's scary because it's like, well, what is a better day? Is it a better day if I start feeling worse, as long as it means I am recovering? I don't know. I don't know if I am recovering. I don't know, if this will stop. I have to resign myself to just not caring. It scares the shit out of me. I never wanted to get sick like this again. I thought I never would. But I have no choice. So, all I can hope is that I'm getting through it somehow. Personally, it's like I don't believe I'll get better. I just don't. When I think about how do I feel, I don't feel I'll get better, and yet I have gotten better 3 times and got back to my old self. And I know my feelings are in there somewhere. It's like my mind's playing tricks on me. My mind is overactive with the racing intrusive thoughts and numbing my emotions, and it's blocking out my emotions. So I want it to, become active with the emotions again, let the emotions back, and then stop the numbing and racing thoughts. So, the show was great. I actually filmed it. I was glad I was able to film. I did have fun. And the show was great, and maybe it'll be up online on the other guy's channel who I filmed it for. I'll make a post about it and mention it in a video. Hey, Mike Ike. You have to keep caring. You won't understand, but you will later. I mean, I hope so. Look, whenever I get like this, I hope I'm wrong and other people are right. That I will get better and back to myself. I hate that I've always had these triggers. And you know what? Give me just 1 minute, maybe less than that. I'm going to text back the hypnotherapist. He texted me again. I'll be right back. All right. Thanks for... we lost a bunch of people. That's all right. Yeah, it's just very scary. How can I endure much longer of this? I have a lot of social interaction, yes. In a way, I think that contributed to my DPDRs. It kind of makes me numb when I interact with others to my emotions. So it kind of felt like it was activating it in a way over time. I don't know. I get so scared just thinking I'm not going to get better. And I was just lucky last time I did. It was the greatest thing, because then look what happened. After I got better last time, it was shortly after that, my mom and I had like a video on Jimmy Fallon. We did Tim's cook-off. We had all this other stuff going for us. And I was just amazed to feel better, feel like myself again. I don't know if I'll get better this time. I hope I'm wrong. Believe me, every time I absolutely hope I'm wrong. Excuse me. Smacking noises. But yeah, I almost, in a way, I almost hope it's like as it gets more painful, like last time, where it's like I knew something's wrong, even though that I felt zero hope. But at least then, I knew. Looking back, I know, okay, I got better because it was so bad for me. This time, I just feel like kind of numb. Now I do get panic, I do get intrusive thoughts, but I worry they won't recede. I worry, oh, I'm destined for this. And I've gotten really good encouragement. No, I'm just in a parking lot. Miss Greek, yeah. No, I'm just in a parking lot. That's why the trees are here. It'd be fun to sleep in a forest. Oh, that'd be nice. Be away from everyone. But what can I say? I've got good encouragement. I don't want to let people down. I've got no choice but to fight, even though sometimes I feel like I'm being pulled out of my body into another dimension. But thank goodness, even that reminds me, okay, it's a disorder. If I didn't have those sensations, then I'd be even more scared, because I'd be like, oh, this is just my fate. I have to, quit everything just for this, which would hurt me so bad. And I always feel like, oh, I'm just supposed to, it's better to just leave everything you have. And, this compulsion in me from when I was a kid, like, oh, you're not supposed to enjoy your life. Just give up everything. Well, that's not true, but it's like life is so overwhelming and like emotionally burdensome. It's like it subconsciously gets in my mind. You completely get that. During the last episode, it was a concern of yours too. I feel far better today, so I don't believe. Oh, so I do believe there is hope. It's just a matter of sticking it out. Yeah, I mean, the last, well, every bout was difficult, but the last two were extremely difficult. And even knowing what I know now, I don't know how I could have gotten through them any quicker. Or avoided them, really. I mean, sort of, I know how I could have avoided them, but I don't know. I'm just scared, almost like my regular life was wrong. Everything was wrong, and this is how I'm supposed to be. But like I said, I hope I'm wrong. I'm scared about the hypnotherapist tomorrow. I really am scared. Because I don't want to get my hopes up. I'm not scared of what he'll do to me or anything. I'm just scared I'm going to go in there and come out and either not be better or just feel like a different person that has to give up on my dreams. I hope he's, like I said, I mean, it's like I said, it's scary, because if that doesn't work, what the fuck am I going to do? Therapy, I'm not sure how helpful that is for this, It's nice to talk to someone in general, but what if it gets really painful? All I can hope is this works its way out of me. But man, is it tough. I don't feel my imagination. I don't feel my excitement. I don't feel the ups and downs of the day. I don't even feel situational depression. It's just numb. It hurts so much. You're talking and people are responding. That's a start. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it. Not going to BS you with religion solves everything, but having an understanding of what belief, some afterlife. No, it's not good. Not good for me. Who offers help for the homeless? But no, that's not good for me at all. I hated that belief. And I'd much rather believe this is their only life. And plus, which afterlife? There's so many times about types, but we don't have any reason to believe that. I don't care. It doesn't help me at all. It made me feel horrible when I thought there was one. Like I'll just have this feeling forever. And I don't even care about it either way. Like no one's ever seen someone have an afterlife. Like this is all we know. So, enjoy it, make the most of it. Thanks. Yeah. So, okay says it's good to be optimistic starting any kind of treatment. I believe, if anything, it's kind of reassuring that it can only get better from here, as you're already familiar with condition. Thanks. Okay. Yeah, I really appreciate that. I really appreciate the encouragement. At least I can do that this time. At least I can appreciate it. Back in 2007 and 8, in a way, that was the worst bout I had because I just felt shit. I felt nothing. Oh, watching movies was so, so painful and hurtful. I just was so lost. Yeah, I was so hurt. And now it's weird. It's like, well, I do feel things about the world. Like I'm numb. I'm, not feeling as good, obviously, but it's like I do feel something. You've seen Office Space? Yes, I have. Imagine you wake up like Ron Livingston's character. Yeah. Sometimes I could wake up like that. Wish you could wake up like that. Yeah. Like what? When he woke up and what? He had the alarm going or something, or what was it? I forget. He woke. Oh, he just didn't want to go to work. He just lied in bed, and then whatever it was, that couples counselor just had a heart attack in front of him and died. Mike McShane. Wait, what was his name? He was on Whose Line Is It Anyway? He was really funny on there. I think more the old British version. I don't care about. Yeah, I mean, big. There's nothing. So what? Okay, yeah, they help the homeless. So do secular groups. I don't care. There's nothing. Oh, he remained hypnotized. Yeah, yeah. There's nothing supernatural about helping the homeless. But I'm scared. I'm so scared. I've had some really bad sensations the last 2 weeks and the last 2 days in particular. Very scary, and I know they're not done with me. As much as I like to sit here and think I'm calm, I'm safe, they're going to come over me again. And, you don't know what it was like last time or any of the times when I had them. They were so horrific, so painful. I mean, excruciatingly so. And lasted so long. About 3 years of my life, 3.5 years, I've known just, being in this DPDR state of terror. And then trying to recover from it, which was also pretty terrifying, but better, much better, definitely, but still very, very scary. Hi, Mauve, or Malv. Yeah, I'm hanging in there. I'd like to be better. Do you think religious delusions you've been having affected your views on God or religion? I don't know. I mean, what I don't know what that means. Like, I'm an atheist, so that's what I am. The delusions don't really affect that. But it's scary because I feel torn the fuck apart. Like, I remember last time, I had this and I was hurting so bad because I felt like I had to, it's like I felt like God was tearing me out of my body or something. So I was like, fine, I'll just do whatever, God wants or something. I'll go to church and pray. And I was doing that a little bit, and it was excruciatingly painful. It was horrific pain. And then afterwards, I'd talk to a priest or pastor or whatever and question them and say, well, how do you really believe this stuff? Like, how do you believe this part of the Bible? How do you believe that? Like, how do you make sense of this? And none of them knew shit. Like, you think they have all this deep information or something? They don't. It's all just an image. And so, it was tearing me apart because, like, here I am, an atheist, yet feeling this horrible, pull towards like terror and religion. And it was just horrifying. All that happened eventually, it's just like I finally went to one of those meetings with like a pastor or something, and it was like my mind gave out, and I didn't have any more need to go. Thank goodness. I was still disabled for several months. It still hurt like a motherfucker, but at least by then I could sort of calm down. I don't want to go through that again. Yeah, it was horrifying. I'm gonna move my car a few spots. I'm gonna sleep here. I'm getting tired, which is good. Hey, who knows? Maybe the hypnotherapist, maybe his text messages alone are hypnotizing me into feeling better, but, I'm not counting on that. But I remember back in 2013, even the last month before I finally was able to work again, I thought I'd be sick forever. So it's kind of nice for me to think of that right now. Nice to think, yeah, there was also a time back then when I thought I won't ever be better. When I thought, that, I'll be disabled the rest of my life. And I couldn't experience movies again or anything. And yet, we know what happened. Somehow, some strange way. Okay, don't know what happened there. Disconnected. But somehow, some strange way, I got better, even if 3 days before I was better, I didn't know I would be. I was just walking around my neighborhood in a fucking fog, just like, trying to feel something normal. And so, it is kind of nice to think back on that and think, okay, that happened before. It can happen again. It was an unreasonable hope even back then, because think about it. Why should I have expected to get better? Day one was excruciatingly painful. Then you talk about a week later, a month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, day to day. 4 months I was still getting worse. 5 months I was getting worse. Then I kind of started improving. 6 months, 7 months, 8 months. Here, let me get this thing down here. And then somehow, finally, okay, I got better. My nose is getting stuffed up. Who knows? Maybe the hypnotherapist will just shock me with, what can be done for me. He says I'm going to feel a lot better tomorrow. I don't believe it for a second. Not because I have reason to doubt him. I believe that he's helped people a lot. Just because I always think the worst for myself. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, well, yeah, that's those other people, but it's just I got the phone sort of hanging in my steering wheel. Gotta level out my steering wheel. Not good enough. There we go. And sorry, what was I saying? Yeah, I just want to think, okay, there's a part of me that always thinks I'm going to be so unlucky. Why should I be luckier than anyone else? And that I'll just lose my life to this somehow, even if I don't, die soon, that I'll just be lost to this thing. But I'm scared about going tomorrow, but we can hope, right? It's not totally unreasonable to think, hey, sometimes people get better quickly. Excuse me. Oh, shut up. The dirty jokes. I'm not going to be asleep for this. I'm going to be, in control. Being hypnotized, it's self-hypnosis. It's all self-hypnosis. But yeah, I'm just scared. I'm scared I'm letting people down. I'm scared I'll live in this trap forever where I won't feel like myself. I feel regret that I let this happen to me. I don't know what to think. I'm just overwhelmed and confused. I've almost just accepted it now. Like, my filmmaking dream, forgot it. I'm glad I can even YouTube. That to me is a big thing. Man, last time, look at the videos I was making in August 2012. Those were a real struggle to make. I was hurting so bad. Oh my goodness, I don't like to even remember how bad I was hurting then. Feeling so lost and hurt, like I can't just enjoy my life. And yet, as hard as it is to believe, I can believe it was a disorder. It's not permanent. It was scary as hell. It was extremely difficult. I'm getting so tired. Thanks, okay. I really appreciate the support. Okay says, no reason to feel regret or guilt. You didn't ask for this. I know. I just wish somehow like I was smart enough or strong enough to prevent it. Starting with the first panic attack when I was 17. The only good thing I can say is about going through each bout of this, it sort of forced me to interact with people better and learn how to open up to people more. Because otherwise, I would have just probably been alone all my life. I was alone for so long, and I would have just stayed that way and wasted my life. And man, that was bad. It's not good to do that. So I would have been a miserable wreck, and I was miserable for a long time. So, so tired. I just want to lie down. I was miserable, and this stuff, as painful as it was, it sort of forced me to get out of myself and interact with other people. But thank you so much, okay? That means a lot. Yeah, I didn't ask for it. I appreciate it. That's so nice. Yeah, I'm sleepy. Maybe I'll sleep well for once. Who knows? But even like with the hell, every time I go to the doctor, I'm scared I have cancer. Every time, or when I got the car crash, I thought, oh, my luck is I'm going to have broken ribs. I just know it. I'm going to be laid up in the hospital for months, and it's going to be a total nightmare. So, it's like, well, on the other hand, I do always think my luck is the worst when it's really not. I'm sorry to hear that, Happy Life. Are you recovered from your injuries from a couple months ago? You hate the winter? Yeah, it sucks. It's nice here in LA at least, although it rains a lot. And to remember that no matter how bad it gets, your core being's still in there and can manifest. Thank you, okay? That means so much. That right there is hypnotherapy. Thank you. That hits me because, yeah, some disaster is always about to happen. That's my nature. Yeah, me too. Um, and I was scared of getting in a car crash, but even when I did, it wasn't the worst thing. I definitely didn't want it, but it's working out. Psychotome, thank you for the donation. $2.79. Thank you so much. You're fully recovered. That's great from your injuries. Yeah, thanks, Malv. Malv says, I'm glad you can talk about what you're going through. Who knows? Some of your viewers are going through the same thing. At least they know they're not alone. Man, I appreciate that. I wish there was a way I could lie down and talk to the camera without you just looking at my flat face lying down. DPDR is depersonalization, derealization. It's very, very scary. Sometimes I'm almost scared I don't even have a disorder. Like, this is just how I'm meant to be. It's terrifying. It's left me disabled. The only good thing is I'm not feeling the worst of the worst I've ever felt. And I know what this is now. I never knew what it was before. I thought I was just insane, or I didn't even know if I was insane. I just thought, my life is wrong. I'm not supposed to be alive or something. I'm so tired. That's good. I hope I want to get this night over with. I don't want the night to be long so that I can go to the hypnotherapist tomorrow and see how that goes. See if he helps me. Because I hate this disorder. I've had it since I was 17. Hated it. So hard to cope with. Angelo, just remember that you went through this before. You were only 17. Now you're older and much more capable. Trust yourself. I hope so. I can never know. I never have enough information. Oh, I'm so tired. That's nice. I just want to sleep so much. At least I can want to sleep, though. That's good. Before, man, I felt like shit. Wasn't able to sleep much. Each of the 3 bouts I had of depersonalization, derealization, each one presented big sleep problems. Sleep in a nice warm bed. I don't care about a bed either way. I mean, I don't know. I just want my life back. I want my mind back. I don't care about where I sleep. I mean, sure, yeah, bed be nice, like right now. Like, I don't have to get my sleeping bag out of the way, put stuff up in the windows, all that. I could just sleep, but I could just lie down in bed. Sorry. Thanks, Lynx. I mean, in many ways, this is better than any of the bouts I've had before because I understand it better now, and it doesn't feel as all-encompassing in its grip on me. Partly just because I'm older, I know myself better. I know what I want in life more, and this thing works with your personality. It's not like separate from it, and it's not like just a mental illness that it has to be controlled by medicine, like bipolar disorder. Man, I'm getting so tired. I'm gonna have to board up the windows and get to sleep, I think. What the hell? Can you all see me? Oh shit, I flipped the camera around. I was like, what the hell was that? The Wim Hof breathing technique? What is that? Is that like what that guy, that white doctor with the beard who went on PBS talked about? Like, breathe in, hold your breath, breathe out, or whatever? Thanks, Aquatic Plant Savage. Yeah, I hope I feel better. Thanks so much. I really appreciate it. I don't expect to get better, but I never did when I was like this, and I always did. So I hope I do get better, and it's not 9 months or a year or longer, or even 6 months or 3 months to get better. I know you can't see me as well now, but that's what happens when you block out the windows. Thanks, Mike. I really appreciate it. Wim Hof, Iceman. Maybe I've seen him. I don't know, but I don't remember him. All right, gonna block out the windows for a little privacy. I stopped doing it for a while, but now I realize I really do like the privacy. It's luxurious. Today was a tough day. The last 2 days were real tough. I had those horrific racing thoughts, and all I can do is think in moments like this, okay, well, it's not like it's God. I don't believe in God. And even hypothetically, if the Christian God existed, it wouldn't work like by doing stuff based on your mood and chemicals and stuff. Like, oh, during the day, daylight, it may trigger my racing thoughts more, and yet at night, I'm calmer. That doesn't make sense at all. And, nothing about religion makes sense, but it does help reassure me a little bit and ground me, because during the day, I fucking spin out. Oh man, it was horrific. It was so scary. Thanks, Mauve. Mauve says, good night, Angelo. Don't give up anything. Thank you. I appreciate it so much. Just keep taking it a day at a time. Exactly. That's right. That's all I can do. And before you know it, you'll be back to your old normal self again. Thank you. Yeah, I hope so. My old self that even was annoyed a lot and mad and depressed, all that stuff, I was so glad to have. Higher cortisone in the morning? What does that mean? I don't understand that. Like, people say that about cortisone. All right, thanks, Aquatic Plant Savage. I really appreciate it. Really, like, it means a lot. It's like, it helps me right now just to hear that. I can't believe how many people are supporting me. That's what wakes us up. But cortisone, not cortisol. Yeah, but what does that mean? Like, it makes us, like, our minds foggy? Or, like, what does that mean? I don't know. Oh, this thing's falling the hell apart. It's such a pain in the ass to try and put in the window. And plus, these were all cut out for my Honda Civic. The windows in this are a little different shape. So it's, like, hard to make it work. Damn it, I gotta use both hands. Makes you anxious? The seats are, the same comfort. There's no big difference in them. They're both cloth seats. That's what I like too. But lately I'm sleeping in my sleeping bag, my Sub-Zero sleeping bag, so it's not like I feel the seat much anyways. But yeah, I like the seats on both cars. They're fine. There we go. Barely got this thing working. Eventually I'll have to cut out new cardboard and spray paint it on this thing. That was a pain in the ass to do in the first place, because you really got to let it dry out before you put it in your car, and got to find a place to spray paint it where you won't get in trouble or anything. Oh shit, I switched these around, but it kind of ended up working. Oh well, fuck. And my mom, like I said, she's real encouraging. She says she doesn't think I'll get better. She knows I'll get better, because she's seen it before. And what happened before, I know it's really dark now. Hey, just whatever. You're talking to a shadow. Big deal. Have fun with it. Let's see. What does the temperature get at night this time of year? It's like upper 40s so far. It hasn't gotten much below like 48 degrees. I didn't notice a pattern as far as time of day personally with DPDR, but it was worse whenever I was at work for some reason. Yeah. Do you put up your legs during sleep? No. My legs are on the ground. Moms are what? Awesome, man? Yeah, I couldn't see that. The arrow was there. Yeah, so my mom, thank goodness, she's really supportive, and it means a lot this time. Before, it didn't mean as much because I couldn't, emotionally even interpret it. So yeah, I mean, I was like too out of it emotionally. So yeah, it means a lot because she's always willing to reassure me, and she's like, Angelo, I know you'll get better because I saw it before. When you were sick before, yeah, it was hell because we didn't know what was wrong with you. But she said she saw how, I know this is weird, I'm just like in silhouette, but here, can you see me face a little? Whatever. But she said, August to December, you were really bad. But then January, she said she could see me coming back a little bit. I was able to sleep. I was able to have the TV on a little bit more. You see what I mean? She noticed. Whereas I couldn't notice that because I'm like, well, I'm still in hell. So, like, what difference does it make? Okay, I feel slightly better, 1/10 better. But it was still so bad. And yet, she could see it. And it's like, okay, she was right. She says she knew I would get better. I didn't think I would get better. Even though January, yeah, my symptoms were letting up a tiny bit. Still super bad. February, super bad. March, very bad. Then April, I was starting to walk around a little bit slowly. I could start to drive again. And then I think it was like, yeah, by the end of April, I was all of a sudden like, oh, like, I'm able to function again. It wasn't even some great feeling of like, oh my goodness, I'm so excited about this and stuff. It was just okay, just move on with life. You'd think I would have felt some great relief or something. I didn't. It's not that I felt like bad about getting better. Obviously, I was very glad to, in a way, but I didn't know how to, like, once I was out of it, it's like I forgot what it was like to be into it. That was a hell of a thing. I remember those first few weeks working at this one bar nearby, and I felt bad because I was like not feeling like myself yet, and I was overweight, which I am now, and I didn't feel anything about what I had been through. In a way, it's just like, wow, okay, gotta move on. It didn't feel particularly great. Like after the other times I got better, I was pretty glad. I was just like, man, okay. And it's funny, I talk about it now almost like I wish I could go back to those moments, but of course, you can't do that, and it's done. And it wasn't easy in a way, because I didn't still feel like myself for a while, for a couple months, but I knew I was better. I knew I was free from the grip of this thing. And so I gotta trust I can get better again. And yeah, it's still scary. You all can believe me, I'm scared out of my mind a lot of times. I'm scared about tomorrow. I don't even have the energy to think about tomorrow. All I can think is right now. And even now is not pleasant. I'd rather avoid thinking about right now. Because when I start thinking about what I'm going through, I feel like a piece of shit. I feel like a failure. Like I've lost my power, I've let everyone down, and I will be nothing. I've let myself down, But all I can do is think back to when I thought those thoughts in 2013. I absolutely thought that my life was over and that I was a disappointment to anyone who would have liked me or whoever did like me, and that I was gone. Hold on, I'm lowering my seat and then I'll get up. Setting up my sleep station. Yeah, even back then, I was absolutely sure. It's kind of cool that I'm in silhouette. I don't want you all to be weirded out like this is some weird thing. I just, there's no light here. It's kind of annoying, actually, but Yeah, all I can try and keep thinking, there you go, you can see my face a little, is I once thought those things too. I absolutely thought I would never get better. Absolutely. I would have, told you positively, I'm never getting better. This is going to be the rest of my life. And then look what happened. It took a while, and somehow, at the end of those 9 months, I was like, okay, I can work again. Wasn't 100% myself, but shit, man, I think back to that time, that was a surreal time. Think about it. All of a sudden, you're like living again after you thought your life was over. It was just surreal. I remember distinctly trying to get back to myself in a way. And once I got better, I had a tiny bit of money. And going to a GameStop and talking to the guy there to get a Nintendo Wii and get some basic games I wanted my mom to play, which she did once and she was screaming and wanted to stop. She played the Wii Fit game, and it's like she wouldn't do it and she was screaming. I was trying to get her to do it. And I remember that moment, just buying that stuff, and that's where my Nintendo Wii came from that I barely ever used after that. But just strange moments like that, like, it's incredible. And what I hope is, I hope those moments come again, where it may take a while to get back to myself, but I will be back to myself. Because right now, like I said, scares the living shit out of me that I've lost my free will. And in this moment, yeah, I feel calm now, because I don't feel anything. I was listening to this other guy with DPDR. He said how when he had it, he didn't feel anger, he didn't feel sadness, he felt nothing. And it's like, okay, that's good to know. And this guy's an expert in it. I'm like, that's reassuring. That really is. Hope you're healing. Sorry to hear about your mom. Well, my mom's fine. Or I don't know if you're talking to someone else. I missed some of the chat. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I see what you're saying. I'm sorry. No, I don't go camping. But yeah, I'm calm at literally just this moment. I cannot entertain a thought in my head of the future, because I know these racing thoughts and anxiety are going to keep coming for me. All I can do is just, try and get through the moment. I wish I wasn't like this. I wish I was better. I hate this. I don't... It's not a life to live like this. There we go. Hold on a second. Yeah, what I was saying, it's not a life to live like this. Just fighting off these delusions and stuff that scare the living shit out of me. Anhedonia. Yeah, that's the word, isn't it? Where you can't feel your emotions. Yeah, it's not necessarily totally unpleasant, but it is. It's very distressing. And on top of that, I'm getting these racing, intrusive thoughts. Like today, I mentioned it before, I don't know if you heard it, but I was restoring the headlights on someone's car, someone I knew, and I put the polishing compound and paper towels and a bottle of water down on the trunk of the car, and I had this intrusive thought that I was dissociating, and I felt like, I felt like the hood of the car was the altar at church, and putting that stuff there is like, what the priest puts on it, and it fucking made me feel horrible. It sounds like, well, what's the big deal? It wasn't just a thought, it was the sensation that went through me, like I'm losing my free will. So but here's the thing, if those intrusive thoughts can come, those intrusive thoughts can go. When we're ready, we're going to tuck Angelo in, huh? Thanks. Yeah, I really enjoy doing these live streams. It's one of the few things that makes me feel a little better right now. I wish I could do it all night. I'll keep doing it for a few more minutes here. But this isn't a way to live, you know. And I am hoping, just like the thoughts came, the thoughts can go. That's not unreasonable to think, is it? Oh, excuse me. I guess it is allergies, so stuffing up my nose. Oh, excuse me. At least I'm not in Virginia. That would be hell dealing with that. That's how it was dealing with allergies there. But yeah, I'm just hoping. And let's see, what could the hypnotherapist possibly do tomorrow? Basically, what he said is we're just going to have a positive conversation. Yes, I'll be going into my memories and stuff, and he'll guide me through it. But he said it'll be, well, he said, it's basically all hypnosis is self-hypnosis, which, yeah, I agree with. Yeah, it's an eye mask on my head. And got it from Walmart in Virginia, I think. And he said I'll feel better after I leave, and hopefully it makes me feel more grounded. And he said over the next few weeks I'll probably feel better and better. He said most people only need one session. He said maybe if they're really, need help, they need two. And he said only an extreme case needs three. So it scares me because it's like I'm putting my hope in this thing, and I really shouldn't, but, I don't know. I don't know. What can I possibly expect? Maybe it'll trigger something in me that does bring my mind back. I don't expect it to. No, it's not. No, the hypnotherapist, this is just a guy I knew. Wasn't from the LGBT center. Yeah, the eye mask is great. And the eye mask helps just because I like feeling that thing on my eyes. I thought I would dread it, but it's so nice now. I almost can't sleep without it. Yeah, it's really nice. Damn it, my nose is the only thing lit right now, so it looks so big. No, I didn't pay for the counselor, so that's good. Man, that was really good. And it wasn't too far away either. I thought it would be really far. But yeah, it's scary. It's a scary time, everyone. It scares the shit out of me. I feel stupid. I feel like a failure. It is great. Yeah, man, thank goodness for this place. You're not a failure. Well, I don't believe that other thing, but I'm not a failure. Thank you. You're experiencing a major shift in all of our lives. It can be very overwhelming to get a grip with our developing reality. That's why you had it when, etc. can detach from ourselves from our monkey mind. We're all here to support you, brother. Thank you, Aquatic Plant Savage. I really, really appreciate that. I just hope these intrusive thoughts stop. They can stop, right? I mean, they can stop and recede and let my emotions come back from, my ordinary life. Because being dissociated fucking sucks. I guess everyone experiences it differently too, right? It's just like depression. Everybody experiences it differently. It means different things to people. Capable of doing a lot in this world. Thank you, Aquatic Plant Savage. It's just the intrusive thoughts are overwhelming, and it's like that takes over my self-talk, and it's horrifying. I almost like hallucinate that I'm shape-shifting into a different person or something. It's awful. No, I'm not on meds. I would kind of like something to help me sleep, or no, something for the intrusive thoughts and anxiety. That would be better. But no, I'm not. And I do want to get the prescription from Rite Aid. I should call them about that because they didn't fill it yet because they said the county was going to pay and the county hasn't paid yet, so it sucks. I do believe in it is adjusting to a new baseline in a way. It's uncomfortable at first, but you grow into it, and it's a way better form. In a way, you're shedding skin, you're growing into a new one. Yeah, but I don't want to be a different person. I don't want to be this changed thing that is no longer a filmmaker. What's the only good thing that's been about all that's resulted from all the bouts of DPDR that I've had before was that I just became like a more listening person afterward, and just a person who I was a better filmmaker. Christine Syntax, thank you so much. You've supported me before. Christine Syntax just gave a $14.99 donation. Thank you so much. I hate getting donations doing this in a way. Like, I hate that I'm not well. I'd rather just be entertaining. Yes, just a better you. Well, thank you, Lynx. Yeah. But I don't want to be a different person, Aquatic Plant Savage. You see what I'm saying? I don't want to be different. Yeah, just like you are better than you were at 17. Right. Yeah, I get that. And yeah, I don't want to be a different person. I'm so scared this is going to take me out of my body and be different. You could even use your experiences as inspiration for your filmmaking. Definitely. Yeah. It's just that I want to be a filmmaker again. I want to feel those old feelings and just be, more thoughtful, a better person, a better listener, all that. Uh, but I still want to be a filmmaker. I feel like this is tearing me away from that. That's what's so scary about it. I'm amazed I have people supporting me this time. Last time, well, the first 3 times, I didn't really have anyone supporting me. It was hell on earth. What does that mean, Aquatic Plant Savage? It scares me a little bit what you're saying, because it's like, what? Are you saying I'll be a different person? Like I'll just be content to, go meditate under a tree or something? I don't want to be like that. I want to be myself. I want to feel my, filmmaking dreams and passions and stuff. Yes, I've always changed after I got DPDR, but I think I changed in that, like I said, I became a better listener. I became more understanding. I became, more tolerant. Um, my politics changed. You'll always be yourself. Thank you. I get so scared because I don't feel like myself now. And thank you, Lynx. Not a different person, just a better version of you, Angelo 2.0. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, it scares me because when I get these episodes, I do feel like a different person. I do feel like, oh, I'm being ripped out of my life now. But I got to remind myself it is just a disorder. As sure as the mind can make it happen, the mind can unmake it happen. Man, cooking with his mom, thanks. Marsha, on the journey, your cooking videos with your mom are awesome. Thank you so much. Go back and do more. No, I can't go back and do more. I got to be here, and eventually, I hope I'm well, and then my mom can come here and we can do more. You guys have an awesome dynamic. Thank you. Unfortunately, I'm sick right now. Not physically sick. I have some mental disorder, and it's very, very scary. It scares the shit out of me, and I just hope I get back to myself. That my mind releases me of this spell. Thanks, okay. Yeah, that's how a lot of people found me, cooking videos with my mom. Yeah. So tired. I'm just going to go to that hypnotherapist tomorrow and see what he does. Yeah, my cognition is all messed up now. I even get confused sometimes getting up out of my seat. Like when I'm at the library thinking, what do I need to get to leave? Oh, I need to get my cell phone. I need to put my charger away. All that stuff. It can confuse me when I'm like this. So, workout videos were hilarious. Thank you. Yeah, making sense of this cognitively is very difficult because my cognition's all messed up. Like, all right, everyone, I'd love to stay on for a while. Believe me, I'm getting so tired. There you go. You can see my face a little. Um, I'm scared. I'm scared to death. Scared as hell. I want to be myself again. I want to feel good about being myself. I don't want to be the shell of a person. So, hey, what do you all think? Thank you, okay. You say you're going to get through this, Angelo. Good night. I hope the hypnotherapist tomorrow helps. Christine and I can't remember who else. I think it was Mike who donated. Um, uh, no, I'm not going to do a sleep stream. My phone battery is a little drained now. Not too much, but I do want to just actually sleep and not drain my phone battery. But I hope the hypnotherapist helps tomorrow. I'm skeptical because I'm like, I've had this on and off for 17 years. Why should I believe 90 minutes can help it? but I want to be wrong. Thank you, Marcia. I want to be wrong. I desperately want to be wrong. And for this to be like, oh, well, that was different. That was a big change. He wanted to, yeah, the hypnotherapist will do you good. He wanted to do good and help people like you. And so be open to it. Be open-minded fully. I agree. I shouldn't be doubting it because, yeah, it's I have to let him hypnotize me. It's not like you can just do it to anyone. And yeah, he offered to do it free. He says he just wants to help me. That's awesome. And I'll film it, but I'm not going to put it up at least for a little while until I know I'm getting better. So all I can do is try. Yeah. I feel like I have no effort left in me. I just have to wait for my mind to get better. Like last time, I had no effort to fight it. I tricked myself into thinking I had effort to fight it, but I didn't. I just had to wait for it. Yes, I'm going to film the session. I already talked to him about this. He's fine. He likes the idea of me filming it. So, yeah, thank you, Lynx. It's hard to think that because I feel like I'm floating off into space sometimes. But yeah, the hypnotherapist said it's fine with me to film it. He wants me to. I said he said it'd be good marketing. I'm like, yeah, that's great. You know, people are interested in this, but I'll let him know. Just I'm not going to put it up until I'm feeling better because I'm sure he does help people. And if I get worse, I don't want people to think, oh, this guy didn't help Angelo, he's a quack or something, because you know it puts out the wrong image. And like I said, I'm sure he does help people. So if in my case I'm not helped, I don't want it to make it look like, oh, he can't help people. So that's why I'm going to wait to put it up. But guys, I'm scared. I'm so scared. I feel like I'm losing my identity. I'm slipping away. And I know that's hard to explain, but I've always had that in me, that fear that I'll slip away again. And it is the most terrifying thing. Like, people don't emotionally connect to you. Like, the world doesn't feel real. And then on top of that, the racing, intrusive thoughts that are like, can make you feel delusional. Like, and a lot of people with DPDR fear they're going insane. And a lot of people have different experiences. Some people are triggered by visuals. Some people it's emotional. Some people it's drugs. But there are a lot of similar things we have. All right, everyone, I'm scared, but thank you. I'm going to go in thinking the best tomorrow, and I'm going to go to sleep. I'm getting scared right now, feeling like I'm not like myself. It's so weird, this lonely feeling when I feel like my mind's not there. Whereas normally, I can sleep fine because I feel like I'm always here. So let's see what the hypnotherapist does tomorrow. All right, thank you so much, everyone. Yes, breathe deeply. Thank you. I agree, Aquatic Plant Savage. All right, everyone, I'm going to a hypnotherapist tomorrow, and then tomorrow night I'm going back to the LGBT center. I'm going to get 6 counseling sessions for crisis counseling. So thanks, everyone. All right, everybody, I'll let you know how I'm doing tomorrow. Good night.